Hello, happy Monday. Good to see everyone. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I hope you did something nourishing and fun and maybe inspiring, or just chill and reinvigorating. Got you ready for your week. It's me, Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood, modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel. Gal about town, storytelling show producer, improv comic lady, actor, commercial auditioner, dog mom. Happy Monday. I have your 3-card spread here. For those of you who might not know me, if you want to visit katierubin.com, that'll give you a nice sense of what's going on here, as well as katierubinonstage.com, as well as truestorystudios.com. It's all the Katie Rubin you could ever fucking want. In the recent past, my friends, we have the Wizard of Awareness. Something about the recent past has put you in contact with that particular frequency. In the present moment, we have the Into the Unknown card reversed. Interesting. And the outcome is the Ghostlands card reversed. I don't know if anybody else has been feeling this, but it has been sort of global across my network of people. It's been a weird past week or two. Just wackadoo energies, lots of change, lots of things not quite going how we want them to go, lots of shifts, lots of deep activations and awakenings, which aren't always super comfortable. So you're not alone. Let's see what this spread tells us about what's been up. So in the recent past, the Wizard of Awareness has been present. Your soul knows best. Be still and observe. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve from one stage to another in a continual shifting and change, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. So, in the recent past, something about your life has pushed you in the direction of becoming more neutral about what's going on in the world around you. It's helping you understand and have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire, wearing the world like a loose garment. Nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve and change, no matter how much you want them to stay the same. Give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. Be still and observe. This is the recent past. In the present, so that's like a very like Zen Buddhist, detach with love kind of vibe going on there. In the present moment, we come into the unknown card reversed. What the hell is that about? Don't you guys feel like, okay, so you see this thing right here? It's meant to be like a hang your fancy dishes in it, dish holder thingy. I don't have any dishes that match the decor in this room. Maybe I should get some dishes for that thing. But also I'm like, what else can I put in there? Like it would be cool to have like records from the 1970s in there, or like, I don't know, what are your ideas? Share them in the chat. Into the unknown, reversed. Inexperience plus overconfidence can lead you into a dangerous situation for which you're unprepared. Always remember that wisdom comes from experience. Keep an open mind and enter this part of your journey with alert eyes. Don't assume you know this territory. You might not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. This is not a time for careless adventure. Well, that's pretty directive. I've actually never read this card reversed before. Let's read that again. Inexperience plus overconfidence can lead you into a dangerous situation for which you are unprepared. Always remember that wisdom comes from experience. Keep an open mind and enter this part of your journey with alert eyes. Don't assume you know this territory. You may not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. This is not a time for careless adventure. Oh, I have to bite my nail on that one. Made me nervous. It's not even a 3-card spread for me. This is interesting. Nobody's here, which is a rarity. There's Jamie Vega, right as I said that. It's interesting. I'm kind of sitting with the idea that the lower attendance this morning is a match to my vibration this morning. I'm pretty tired this morning. And that's an interesting thing to look at. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's who knows? It's polar ice caps melting and making people not be here. There's so many influences. Okay, the outcome of this is the Ghostlands card reversed. Although now that we're on that topic, I will say, I really do believe, and my life experience has shown me repeatedly over and over, all the time, forever, that everything in the external reality is always reflecting back to us or showing us something about our own internal landscape. This gets complicated because we do have what's called collective karma as well. So sometimes what you're seeing on the outside is a reflection of something inside of us, but also collectively inside of us. So it's not simple or black and white, which is why I always like to say to people who are learning about spirituality and signs and being on a spiritual path, be careful not to assume the one idea you've heard about what a sign might be is what it is. In other words, what you want to have is a relationship with consciousness so that you can ask questions and come to clarity. In other words, is the external reality in this moment reflecting something internal for you, or is it reflecting the collective internal reality? Or is it not doing that at all? A lot of questions to ask. We don't want to assume. In other words, what a lot of spiritual people do, or people young on the path, or people old on the path, people long time on the path, they hear one spiritual idea. Oh, everything outside of you is a reflection of something inside of you. And they think, oh, that's the only thing everything outside of me could ever possibly be. Well, it's not that black and white. And I'd like to be sure to name that as I make these bold statements. I have in my head, you guys, oh my God, the podcast called Gateway, and it's about Teal Swan. It's like a guy goes and studies Teal Swan and interviews her and tries to get to the bottom of whether she's a cult leader, scary lady, or not. And one of the things, it's not a very, how would I say, my personal opinion is, I felt like the interviewer went into the whole thing with a very narrow view of what healing modalities should be and what they can't be. And I didn't like that on his side, but I also felt like Teal Swan was quite definitive and committed and cocky and arrogant and certain of herself in a way that made me be like, girl, how about a little humility? Where the humility at? And I understand once you get into a position like hers where she's leading thousands of people around the world, you sort of kind of have to be super leadery. But there's a way to be a leader that is humble. Anyway, all of this is a long-winded way of my saying, you know, I want to be very careful as a person who says words on the internet and teaches people and does energy healing with people and has clients and students. Nothing in this reality is black and whitely simply one thing. Sometimes I can be someone who's very strong, very clear in my communication style, but that doesn't mean that the one thing I'm saying right now is blanketly true for everybody all the time in every situation. Like, you gotta really explore for yourself and trust yourself and your own connection to you about what resonates for you and what's true for you. So please, always question everything. Ask all the questions of yourself. The reason to build a spiritual connection is so that you have some kind of access to higher awareness for your own self, so you can know what's true for you and not be clouded by the past and your fears and your uncertainty and your own insecurities and your own trauma and your own past lives and your own family's projections in the world. We're trying to have clarity for ourselves here, guys. We're trying to be empowered and whole. My job is not to get you to follow me. Though, of course, you're here, we're talking on the internet, you might follow me and that might be good for my business. But my business is the business of empowering you and helping you. It should be. That's the fucking goal. So, like, if it's not doing that, don't fucking follow. Please, think for your goddamn self. Pray, meditate, have a spiritual connection. I think it works. Or if that doesn't work for you, fucking don't do that. You do you, homie. I'm offering some ideas about the world that I've seen, but I'm really just one fucking lady. And I really want you to, like, I hope what you'll do is prioritize you above all else. All right, let's get to the last card in your 3-card spread. I'm going on all the tangents. The Ghostlands card. This is the outcome card for the coming 4 days. When the Ghostlands card appears reversed, it's a sign that you're wandering into an emotional or intellectual place with no real substance. There's no point in longing for that which has already gone or hasn't happened yet. Excuse me. Perhaps you've created a fantasy of the good old days or some elusive utopian destination that lies somewhere in the future when this or that happens to make things better. Live one day at a time. Each day is a new beginning, filled with truth and beauty. Live one day at a time. Each day is a new beginning filled with truth and beauty. Stay away from the ghostlands of past and future. Avoid nostalgia and longing for something better. Find joy in what is present in your life today. Wow. That's a powerful one, you guys. So in the recent past, you've been encouraged and reminded to wear the world like a loose cloak. Detach from your circumstances with love. Just become the quiet observer of what's going on around you. In the present moment, we have the Into the Unknown card reversed, which honestly, you guys, I feel like I need to just look at it again. Inexperience plus overconfidence can lead you into a dangerous situation for which you're unprepared. This is the present moment. Always remember that wisdom comes from experience. Keep an open mind and enter this part of your journey with alert eyes. Don't assume you know this territory. You may not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. This is not a time for careless adventure. And the outcome card, so it's like, be careful. Don't be overconfident. Don't be cocky. You might be unprepared. Wisdom comes from experience. Keep an open mind. Keep your eyes open. Don't assume you know what's happening right now. You might not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. It's not a good time for careless adventure. It's pretty clear. And a reminder, the outcome card is the Ghostlands card reversed, which says, you're wandering into an emotional or intellectual place with no real substance. There's no point longing for that which is already gone or hasn't happened yet. Perhaps you've created a fantasy of the past or the present. Live one day at a time. The now is a beginning filled with truth and beauty. Stay away from the ghost lands of the past and the future. Avoid nostalgia and longing for something better. Find joy in what is present today. Yeesh. So one thing I really just kind of get psychically here is that this is largely like the astrology right now, like what's going on universally, is such that we could blindly stumble into something, not understanding that this is it's a whole new world. We don't want to assume this, like all of this reading today is like, we're set up astrologically for it to be a weird, tumbly, messy moment. So maybe don't assume you know the moment you're in, and just be careful not to nostalgize or project too far into the future. Let's all be present for the next couple days. Oftentimes, this kind of energy is present like in a Mercury retrograde. I don't think we're in one right now. I'm pretty sure we're not in one. I'll double check, but this has the energy of that. And I do find that best practice during a time like this is keep your life a little simple. Stay really spiritually connected. Like whatever it is that grounds you, centers you, gets your priorities and your ethics and your morals in line, and gets you like operating from an even-keeled, emotionally available place. That would be a wise thing to engage in at this time. We don't want to be blindly adventuring, taking big trips, not thinking about it, not looking at our budgets, just like going for it. Like it's just not the time. All right, so we're going to be careful. We're going to be aware. We don't want to panic. We don't have to be in fear. We just move slowly, stay spiritually connected, stay grounded, and all will be well. One day at a time, as long as we don't nostalgize too much or project too far in the future. When you're ready for your Akashic Records reading, energy healing, and or human design reading, hop on over to katierubin.com. This week in Northern Florida, Sunday, the 25th of June, 7:30 p.m. I produce a storytelling show in collaboration with Theater Jacksonville. Come on out at 7:30. We have 7 storytellers telling stories about the summertime. Should be super fun. Come on out, enjoy that. I have a private stand-up comedy show that's like I can't invite people from the public to, so I don't know why I'm even mentioning it. You can't come. No, it was just produced by a small organization and it's for that organization. But that's happening Friday. I'm trying to think of what else I have for you. Yeah, when you're ready for some energy healing, katierubin.com. When you're ready for another class, writing class, energy healing class, processing work, check out katierubin.com and or OMA Pittsburgh.